and welcome back to The Downsized. My name is Laraine Durham, and this is the channel where we talk about all things GLP-1 weight loss related. I'm here with my husband of 21 years. Say hello, Christopher.
Oh, hello, Christopher. Hello, Gracie.
And this is our weekly weigh-in where we talk about how our week went, how much we've lost, and just how things are going, checking in on our GLP-1 journey with compounded tirzepatide for me and for Christopher.
I have used tirzepatide, Zepbound, and Mounjaro interchangeably over the course of the last year plus.
Yep. We started on September 29th of 2023. Today is November 15th of 2024. So a little bit over a year. Let's just jump right into it. Oh, but before we begin, let me tell you that we're not doctors. We don't pretend to be doctors. We're just sharing knowledge that we've picked up along our journey.
Now, if you haven't already, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Hit that bell button. That way it reminds you every time that we publish something or do something crazy, go live, because we're doing that more and more.
Yeah, and when you click like, it really does help the YouTube algorithm suggest us out to people who are looking for GLP-1 medications. And we've seen that people are really seeking out information on this medication more and more every day. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, welcome back.
Between the two of us, we've lost more than 130 pounds over the last year plus.
Crazy.
This is our opportunity to tell you what's going on, what worked, what didn't work. Did we lose weight? Did we not? Give you the numbers. Everybody wants to know the numbers, right? So why don't you go ahead, Laraine?
Okay. I am a 55-year-old mother of three.
I almost forgot how old you are,
I
didn't
never
you?
remember how old I am. I do remember. I'm a 55-year-old mother of three. I am 5'4" inches tall. I used to be 5'5" and I shrunk. That affected my weight loss goal. I started at 193. Today I weigh 142.8, so that's 50.2 pounds down. If you tuned in last week, you might remember that I had a colonoscopy. Was that just last week I had the colonoscopy? Yeah,
so.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
So last week I was up. I had the colonoscopy on Monday. We weigh ourselves on Friday. So I was up about 3 pounds from the colonoscopy, which really was annoying. It was super annoying. But we figured it must have been the fluids and
all the prep
was very salty. And then I just really ate some things I don't usually eat.
And you had been off the medication
on Tuesday.
for 2 weeks.
And I'd been off the medication for 13 days when I had the colonoscopy, or 14 days when I had the colonoscopy, and then I took my shot on Wednesday. So I'd been off the medication for 17 days. This past week, I took my shot on Wednesday. I took 7.5 milligrams. So the weight that I gained from the colonoscopy has come back off, and I'm pretty much at my low point right now of 50.2 pounds down. Yay me.
Yay me. So how long have you been on maintenance?
I have my weight loss chart with me here today. I made a spreadsheet to track things because you forget especially me. Especially me, I forget. I hit 100, my first goal was 150 pounds, and I hit that at 27 weeks, and that was on April 19th. Okay, and I lost 1.58 pounds per week on an average. That was my first goal, 150 pounds. And then I said, I'd really like to get down into the 140s, so I got down to 143 pounds. And I did that the end of July, so like July 26th. So from July 26th to now, I've been bouncing around between 143, 142, 144, like in that plus or minus kind of range. So I haven't been trying to lose weight. I've been trying to maintain. I had gone all the way up to, when I hit my first goal of 150 in April, I was taking a 12.5 milligram shot of compounded tirzepatide. Okay, so after I hit that goal, I dropped down to 10 milligrams, and I did 10 for about 5 weeks, and then I dropped down to 7.5, and I did that for about 4 weeks. I dropped down to 5 for 2 weeks, and I got really hungry, so I went back up to 7.5. So I've done 7.5 now for, I did 7.5 for 7 weeks. This is probably too much information, more than anybody wants to know. But then I went back up. Why did I go up to 10? I went up to 10 for 2 weeks.
Because you were feeling like it wasn't working.
I was feeling like it wasn't working. I guess I got up to 144 and 144.8, 145, and I was like, I think I need a higher dose. That was also when the hurricane hit, so there was just a lot of stressful things going on. And I dropped the 2 pounds that I was worried about, and then I went back down to 7.5. So I did 7.5 for 2 weeks, and then I had to be off the shot for a week. For the colonoscopy, I went off the shot for 2 weeks because I just thought that would be better. And then when
do we recommend people do that?
My doctor told me to be off of tirzepatide for 7 days prior to the colonoscopy.
We recommend you follow your doctor's instructions and not add extra time for no apparent reason.
I just thought that it would be better to be off of it longer. And also I wanted to see how I would feel. Guess what? I felt really hungry. So yeah, I was off of it 2 weeks. When I came back on, I drew 7 out of the vial because that was all that was left in the vial, so I did 7. And then this week, I went back to 7.5. So that's the whole story of Laraine's journey in about 2 minutes. So I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. I will let you talk about your weight loss, and then I'll talk more about my
Thank you.
colonoscopy part 2.
Colonoscopy part 2.
Yeah. So how'd you do this week, Christopher? What does that mean?
I am 56 years old. How many months older am I than you? I never remember.
You're much older than me.
Much older. How many months?
Much older. 6 months.
So part of the year we're the same age.
Not really.
56 years old. I am 5'10.5". People I always forget age. I always forget height. So make sure to get that in. 5'10.5", 56 years old. My starting weight was 286.5 in September.
It was 0.4, but all right.
I'll get it right.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I wrote it down 0.5.
We say it all the time.
I don't know. 286.5 we'll say. Somebody checks me. I could be wrong. Who knows? I don't have a spreadsheet.
He doesn't.
I do have it on my app, but we're using my phone to film, so I can't look at my app at this point. Anyway, so 286.5. My weight as of this morning was 202.4. So for those of you keeping track, means I am down exactly 0.1 pound. A tenth of a pound? 1/10 of a pound.
So
it's a rounding error. If I stepped on the scale again, it'd be different.
We're going to call that flat.
We're going to call that nothing.
Yeah. We're going to call that maintaining.
So I'm on 15 milligram dose. I'm on a 15 milligram dose. My tongue is not working today and have been for the last, 11, 12 weeks. And it's working fine. It's not as aggressive as it was early on.
You're getting used to that dose?
No, early on, 2.55. Those first 4 doses a year ago, I would be like, they just kicked our butt.
The beginning dose.
It would wipe me out. I'd take a nap. I could eat 2 bites. So I am still full more quickly than I would be prior to the medication, but not full like that. And I really don't have a lot of food noise unless my wife brings home some crazy thing. I don't know, a bag of chocolate chips she loves to bring home. There's large birds in our yard.
There's a large bird. I'm looking out the window. Yeah, I like to put chocolate chips in.
It's a minimal, not much food noise, so that's not a big deal. It's just been, my goal weight is 190 pounds, so I'm 12 pounds away, 12 and a half pounds away, essentially. And it's been slow. It's been just going at a half a pound a week, just chugging along. So I'll get there eventually. We'll do a live stream when I get below 200.
So you've lost 84 pounds in about 13 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really
not
good.
Too bad. Not too
Really
shabby.
good. It's more than a pound a week because I think it's been 57-ish weeks.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, that's really good. I think your body is just leveling out. I think it's just happy to be there. You're hanging out there. And really, you're not really doing anything different than you've done the whole time, right?
Nope.
You're just focusing on the eating.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if maybe you're not eating enough.
I don't know. It's possible.
He doesn't really eat a lot because you don't eat breakfast.
Nope.
For lunch, we'll have either leftovers or lean cuisine or something, and so that's usually about 300 or 400 calories. And you don't snack.
Nope.
And then we had dinner. We have dinner. And dinner last night, we had some salmon in the air fryer.
There's a video coming out on the salmon.
It was delicious. Salmon in the air fryer with some white grits and a vegetable sauce that he just made up. It's fantastic.
And some broccoli.
And some broccoli. And so that was probably, I don't know, maybe 300 or 400 for the salmon, 100 for the grits.
How about those grits?
That was, okay, 200 for the grits. It was only a half a cup of grits each because you measured it out.
Yep, correct.
And we split it. I was licking the pot with it. They were delicious. So, I mean, that dinner was probably no more than 600 or 700 calories. So you're probably under 1,200 calories easily.
Well, we also had the Ninja Creamy.
You did make a Ninja Creamy pumpkin version.
Yeah, so I did a pumpkin version. I won't do a video on it, but if you watch the Ninja Creamy video, it's this machine that you can mix up liquids in and it'll spin and make this delicious dessert.
Frozen ice cream like dessert.
Delicious. We figured out, and other GLP-1 folks have figured out, you can add protein and really make
Protein
this a
powder.
low-cal kind of high protein thing. So this was a half cup of pumpkin, so actual canned pumpkin.
Did you use the whole can?
No.
What did you do with the other half?
It's in the refrigerator. Put
Oh,
it
okay.
in the thing. A half
That's
cup of pumpkin, a scoop of vanilla protein powder, 2 tablespoons of
Fat-free Jell-O cheesecake pudding.
sugar-free
Sugar-free.
Jell-O cheesecake pudding, a dash of vanilla, a pinch of salt, and then I topped it off with Fairlife milk
Fairlife milk.
to get to the level on the thing.
Yeah.
Spun it up. Oh, and a quarter teaspoon of pumpkin spice.
Yeah, so the pumpkin added a lot of good flavor and fiber to that. Did you put any pumpkin pie spice?
Yeah, so a quarter teaspoon of pumpkin pie
I probably
spice.
could. I like it spicy.
I think it
could have
needed some
used
cinnamon
some
on
more.
it. So I
Yeah,
think it
some
needed
extra cinnamon would
maybe
have
a
been
quarter
good.
teaspoon of cinnamon would have been good. I've been playing with this recipe because when we do our Thanksgiving extravaganza live in a couple of weeks,
We'll use that for
well,
something.
that'll be a variation on a dessert we'll do. So that's we had some last night with some nuts and some of your dark chocolate chunks
chips.
on there. So there was a good bit of protein in that as well.
Yeah, did we eat the whole thing? We ate probably half of the container full.
Yeah, because we had some prior.
Yeah, so I'd say that probably gave us an extra 10 grams of protein at least, maybe 10 or 20.
I don't know.
It's probably a couple hundred
Does pumpkin
calories.
have protein at all, or just
Pumpkin
fiber?
no, it's a vegetable, so it's very low calorie. But the Fairlife milk and the protein powder, and I guess really those are the main things with protein. Well, I think one of those scoops of protein was a 30 gram scoop.
Yep.
30 plus 15 for the milk, 45 divided by 4, 10, 12-ish, something like that. So anyway, yeah, so that was a good nighttime treat that we do sometimes. But yeah, I think you're not eating enough in general. We'll
Thank
work
you.
on that. No, because I've been waking up the past few mornings hungry. I want to eat breakfast. I'm going to make something for breakfast because I am hungry. And a lot of people fear being hungry on this medication and they want to go up in dose because they are so hungry. And I think there's a difference between being hungry for a meal versus being hungry at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and looking for food. You know what I mean? Are you really hearing food noise and just wanting to eat, or is it breakfast time or lunchtime or dinner time and you think, oh, it's time to eat, I'm hungry? Because I want to be hungry at meal times. I don't want to be hungry 24 hours a
There's
day.
a difference between your body needing food and food noise. They're not.
That's a good point. That is a good point. So for me, it's always all been the same. So discerning that difference is part of the journey here.
Yeah, it's about nutrition then. It's about making sure
Yeah.
your body gets the fuel you need
Yeah.
to survive.
Yeah, so I woke up this morning and I was hungry. Actually, last night after we ate dinner, it was a pretty substantial dinner with the salmon and the grits and the vegetables. I still could have eaten some more. Like I felt satisfied but not full.
I mean, that of salmon too.
Yeah.
It was a restaurant-sized piece of salmon. It wasn't.
Yeah, pretty hungry. And it was good that you made that Ninja Creamy afterwards, because that kind of quieted that extra do I need something else feeling.
Yeah, well, I mean, it tastes pretty good. There'll be a video coming out, or actually it might have come out already when you see this, on the salmon and grits. So that was super easy, very tasty. And then as I mentioned, the Saturday before Thanksgiving, we'll be doing our Thanksgiving cooking kind of talk show extravaganza. We've got a couple of viewers are going to come over to the house and sit with us in the kitchen. We'll chat about their journeys. So Mindy, who you may see comment a lot, and she was one of the early Downsized Dish interviewees, actually lives on the other side of Charlotte, so she's going to come up. And then our friend Laraine, who introduced you to the whole thing, right? It's going to come and we'll sit and cook and do this a GLP-1 Thanksgiving, we'll say. So it should be good. Make sure to catch it 5 o'clock the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so if you subscribe and hit the bell, then you'll get notified when Christopher sets up the live show on YouTube.
Right, so you'll be able to watch us, ask questions about what we're doing. We'll have 4 people on there. I got to figure out the microphones for all that, but we'll have people on there, and so it should be fun. It should be interesting. We haven't done a live cooking event.
We have not.
So I think that's fun. Talk to me about what was going on this week.
So I had the colonoscopy last week on Monday, and then he saw a spot in there that he didn't like, so he biopsied it and marked it and sent it to the lab. And he called me, so I'm in the waiting room, and the doctor calls me. I never saw the doctor, but he called me and said, well, it was, what did he call it, like a flat spot, or I think he even said the word like carpet, or I don't know. He called it a little flat spot. It wasn't something I have the picture
off.
of it on the my chart. We're not going to show that because
no,
gross. But yeah, so anyway, he sent it off to be biopsied. The test results came back benign, luckily, but it is precancerous. The doctor said he wanted to remove it because it is precancerous. And now and he would have removed it at the colonoscopy, but he didn't have the equipment. I had it done in his office in the town where we live in Huntersville.
We live in the suburbs of
Charlotte. So he said to remove that, they had the equipment to do that downtown in Charlotte at the bigger hospital in downtown Charlotte. So that's where I'll need to go for that.
She was very anxious about all of this.
Yeah, so the whole thing I was like, okay, I guess the other doctor will call me to schedule that, and they said yeah. So I guess that was Friday when I got the news about the test result. So all this week I've been like, I guess Monday was a holiday, it was Veterans Day. So I'm like, they're not gonna call me Monday. And then it was Tuesday, and then it was Wednesday, and then it was Thursday. And I'm like, are they gonna call me? So I went into the my chart. I'm like, I'm gonna call them because I want to schedule this. Like, I have to have another colonoscopy, and it's gonna be this production all over again of doing the prep and being off the shot.
And she is not a good patient.
I'm the worst patient. So I couldn't find any referral or anything. So I called back to the original doctor, and they said, oh, it's another doctor in our practice, but he's out of the country until December 1st. And that's why we haven't called you. I'm like, nice to know that. So after the week of December the 1st, they'll call me, and she said the doctor has to look at the test result and the pictures and decide if he can indeed do it or I need to be referred to a surgeon. So I think basically they're going to cut out the chunk and then put it back together.
Something like that. I think it's an outpatient minimal procedure.
Yeah.
The lady, I heard her tell you it's an easy procedure, right?
Did she say it was an easy procedure?
That is what she said.
I don't think there's any colon. There's worse things.
I'm pretty sure I'm quoting her directly, yeah.
I don't know. I get tensed up and I don't really hear it. I don't know when it's going to be. So I would guess that it wouldn't be until after Christmas, probably after New Year's. We have a cruise scheduled for the day after Christmas through New Year's. So I would think it would probably be after.
Yeah, we love a good
that.
holiday cruise. So we're going with some friends from the neighborhood too.
Yeah, we got a great deal on this Carnival cruise out of Charleston. Carnival's going to stop going out of Charleston, I think, at the end of this month, at the end of December, right?
This is the second to the last cruise.
Yeah, we've been out of Charleston several times because it's easy for us to zip down there. It's 3.5 hours. We go that day, park, go on the little Bahamas cruise, have a great time, come back. Yeah, we're gonna go on that one last time. And we got a great deal on it. I think we got $500 onboard credit and just looking forward to that. So it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm thinking once I come back from that, I probably will have to be off my shot in January. And I think we have another cruise at the end of January.
Yeah, we have a couple of cruises in January and February.
So I want to do it. I want to see if we can do it like the second or third week of January, and then I have to be on. I'm just nervous about it, and I'd like it to be scheduled, but I just have to wait. We're traveling tomorrow. We're going to Chicago for 3 days, 4 days.
Yep.
To do a business event in Chicago around another business event, a trade show. So we're going to have a networking event that's going on at the same time as the trade show.
300 of our closest friends.
Yeah, so that should be fun. So we'll staying on track while traveling. It's always challenging. I'll take my big water bottle and
yeah, I don't see getting below 200 next week, but we'll try. We'll do the best we can.
Well, maybe the extra calories from the extra food might.
It's possible. So you will be on a plane on Saturday and fly up and come back on Tuesday. So we will be here for the live on Wednesday. Watch for that. That'll come out. And then we got a lot of stuff coming on. Lorraine's working on a panel. What's the panel you're working on?
We're doing a panel on people who've done bariatric surgery and now GLP weight loss. So I've got a couple of people I'm working on for that. If you would like to be a part of that panel, you can reach out to me, send me an email to Laraine@thedownsize.org. And I think we're going to do it on a Sunday. So if you're available like a Sunday afternoon, I think in December, we'll get that set up. Also, I'd like to invite everyone, if you'd like to be on the Downsize Dish, that's our interview series where we talk to people just like you who are thinking about a GLP-1 journey or starting or have been on a GLP-1 journey, and we get their take on what's worked for them, what medications they were on, how much weight they've lost. So it's really interesting to see different people of all shapes and sizes and races and everything, how that medication has worked for them. Because really we've seen that everybody is different when it comes to this medication. So what works for me or for Christopher might not work for you or someone I interview. So I think it's always good to talk to people to see all these different ways people are working with the GLP-1
We learn something different from everybody. It's pretty amazing. I've got an interview today with a gentleman from England. So all over the world, all ages, everybody, you name it.
Yeah, that's really cool. So also be sure to check out our website at thedownsize.org. We have a Amazon store there. We're Amazon affiliates where I've got some of my favorite products that I use for protein supplements and things I use for constipation because that's my main side effect. And what else is on there, Christopher?
There's a lot of resources on there. If you want to report out of stock on a medication, there's the FDA link there. There's links to Mochi and Lilly and Novo Nordisk, and I keep adding stuff to it, as well as you can sign up for the email list. So make sure you're on the email list. We'll start sending some stuff out probably beginning of the year, talking about doing a group cruise, downsized at sea kind of thing. So that could be fun. No telling what else is going on there. And then, as I said, there's a link to Mochi. Why don't you tell me about Mochi
I do use Mochi Health for my compounded tirzepatide, and I see their online telehealth provider. I've seen them since February. I have been very impressed with their customer service and their quick delivery. So if you're interested in getting started with Mochi, you can use my discount code for $40 off. We'll put the link and the code in the description, and you can get started right away.
All right. What else do we have going on? Thanksgiving, Christmas. There's a lot of stuff. We're going to try and end strong. I think there's some good content coming up. If you guys have any ideas for stuff you'd like for us to discuss, we'll take a swing at it, or we'll find somebody to help us take a swing at it.
Leave us a comment and let us know what you think.
Yep. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Make sure that you get notified every time we do something like this, right?
I guess that's going to be it for this week.
Yep. I'm Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are The Downsized.
Thanks for watching.